Hello wrestling fans, the Wrestling Wizard here, and welcome to another episode of Wizard Watch. And what a banger of a show we get to cover today, because of course we're going to go through the top 5 moments in no particular order of the 30th anniversary Raw. So let's get to it. What a flipping show. Like, where do I start? I'm struggling to do a top 5 today because I kind of want to do a top 50 because this was a memorable Raw 30th anniversary show. And I've got to start with top moment number 5 in the Bray Wyatt Undertaker segment. What a segment. This will go down in history as a passing of the torch, if you like, from the Undertaker to Bray Wyatt. A full acknowledgement of the fantastic creative that Bray has been working over the last 4 months. And it all started with LA Knight mocking Bray Wyatt, mocking the Funhouse, and then the Undertaker came out to the American badass persona, which I absolutely popped like mad for, coming down with the bike and everything, pure nostalgia vibes. And Bray Wyatt then came out, and then the Undertaker fed LA Knight to Bray Wyatt. He hit the Sister Abigail, and then we got this stare down, and then we got a close face-to-face interaction between the two of them where the Undertaker whispered something very, very special, I'm sure, with extreme meaning to Bray Wyatt. And you could see Bray Wyatt was touched by it, but it shows how highly the Undertaker regards Bray Wyatt. And those that were worried about Bray Wyatt's career with Vince McMahon coming back into the fold, fear not. I think his job is pretty safe, to say the least. And what a moment, what a moment. I'd love to have known what was said. We will never know what was said, just like The Rock and Austin when they had their match at WrestleMania 19 and The Rock whispered something to Stone Cold. Nevertheless, what a moment. Now, coming in at moment number 4, I couldn't not talk about Sami Zayn again and the Bloodline, because what a segment. The trial of Sami Zayn. They were going down like full detective mode, weren't they? And Roman eventually decided that the orders were going to be given for Solo Sikoa to Samoan Spike to expel Sami Zayn. And then out of nowhere, Jey Uso interrupts. And you got to think, Jey Uso was the most resistant to welcome Sami Zayn into the Bloodline initially. And now he's saving Sami Zayn. Roman Reigns doesn't want to see Sami Zayn until the Royal Rumble. We, of course, saw Sami Zayn again in the tag team match due to injuries occurring in the match. But what does this mean for the Royal Rumble? If Sami Zayn doesn't deliver, what does this mean for Jey Uso? Are we going to get like a double expulsion? Like, we're going to have to wait and see. I can't wait for the Rumble. And I genuinely have not been this excited for a Rumble, like, ever. Like, there's so many cool dynamics to every single match, and it's so unpredictable as well at the same time. So I'm all down for that. Now, moment number 3, I've got to go with the fact that Owens just stunned The Miz twice. Miz running his mouth saying that he was pretty annoyed that he wasn't featured properly on this episode of Raw, the 30th Raw anniversary, and then Owens just gave him a taste of his own medicine. We had to see a stunner. I was a little bit disappointed we didn't see Stone Cold, but then again, we did get treated to Stone Cold at last year's WrestleMania, so we kind of can't complain. We've had our Stone Cold fix, if you like. But it would have been nice to have seen him, but nevertheless, KO delivering the stunner, and it wouldn't be a Raw 30th anniversary without the stunner. Coming in at moment number 2, we've got to talk about the DX Imperium stare down, the interaction between Triple H and Gunther, and the way that you could see that Gunther was clearly away from kayfabe, like broke character for a second, moved by the moment. And I really like this segment because it really shows how highly they regard Imperium and Gunther is just a superstar for the future. Although he's a superstar for the present, as in he's doing big things with the Intercontinental title, I think he's a superstar that could do big things in the main event upper card scene. I really do. It remains to be seen whether they push him that far. We'll have to wait and see as the months and years progress, but I honestly believe he deserves to be right up there in the top conversation with the top stars, and I believe being in that interaction with DX kind of confirms how highly they regard Gunther. And finally, we've got to talk about the return of Brock Lesnar. The Beast Incarnate is back. He cost Bobby Lashley, hit him with a vicious F5, and this all but guarantees, you've got to think, a third match between the two of them, potentially at WrestleMania. And it's funny, we waited for so long to see these two fight, and now we're seeing them fight for the third time potentially on the grandest stage of them all. I could genuinely watch these two absolute beasts go at it all day long and never get bored. Also, a little side mention, Alexa Bliss cut a creepy promo, which I thought was really good, and said that she's going to keep Bianca's eyes in so she can see her walking away with the Raw Women's title. I've got a feeling, I don't know why, that Alexa is going to be victorious at the Rumble, which 100% means she probably won't, knowing my predictions. But nevertheless, what a Raw. I'm giving this an A. I mean, how can you not? It was an all-round brilliant show. It had everything. Normally, I'm not a fan of legend throwbacks, but on this occasion I was, and I loved how they merged it with the current talent as well, to keep it all relevant to this day. Thank you so much for watching the video. As always, be really appreciative if you could like the video, share the video, and even better, subscribe if you're new, and we'll catch you in the next one. What a week to be a wrestling fan.